Hey guys, welcome back. So you just purchased this new training aid, helping you feel more compact in your swing, or you just had your lesson and also same thing, your pro's telling you to get maybe a little bit shorter and a little bit more compact in your takeaway. Well, today we're gonna talk about how that's actually killing your distance, and I'm gonna give you something today that's gonna help you hit it about 10 yards further. All right guys, so let's go and get started. All right guys, I know I just said something about being compact with your swing. Maybe you got a training aid or your pro just told you to get a little bit shorter and tighter in your body. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's definitely gonna work for sure. It's definitely gonna have you hitting the ball straight and maybe a little bit more consistent. But one thing it's not doing is allowing you to create room and space to really hit the ball far, create some speed. And that's the thing we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about how we can create some room at the top of our golf swing in order for us to create speed down at the golf ball. So I want you guys to picture one thing for me. Think of an airplane. You know, all of us have pretty much gone in an airplane before, and when we're sitting there getting ready to take off, you can tell and feel when the engines are starting to accelerate in order for you to gain speed to take off up in the air. So what that has, every airplane has a runway. It has a lot of space for you to get all that speed in order for it to get maximum speed in order for it to take off. So picture the golf swing like that. You need the same amount of space at the top of the golf swing here. You need all that room so your runway on the way down, so you're starting to accelerate on the way down in order for you to get maximum speed, and then right at the golf ball is the point where that golf ball is gonna take off, that airplane is gonna take off. So I'm gonna give you a couple good keys here today, some good drills gonna allow you and help you create that space at the top in order for you to hit maximum distance and maximum speed on that golf ball. All right guys, so how do we get our hands higher? How are we gonna create that room at the top of our golf swing? What that really looks like at the top is when we get to here, I want you guys to picture a clock. So 12 o'clock being where my head is at, then you got 11. I want you to feel like your hands are getting to 10:30. So in order for me to get to that position, as I take it on back, I'm gonna really feel like I'm getting my hands wider on the way back. And one thing's gonna help me as I get to the top to really give me a little extra height at the top, I'm actually gonna focus on my hips. So as I continue to rotate, take it on back, my hips, my right hip here, as you can see from down the line angle, I'm gonna help rotate that back. I'm actually gonna lift my left heel up on the ground just a little bit. That's actually gonna push my right hip back and up, just a fraction. So that gives me that little bit extra height at the top, the little bit extra room in order for me to create that 10:30 position like we're talking about. So now as we start our downswing, in order for you to do that, we can really get to that position of wide, narrow, wide. So you get here, high at the top, and now I'm able to really get narrow, create shallow the club early, create all that lag on the way down. So now my plane, my airplane, is starting to accelerate now, and then on the impact, it's gonna have maximum speed. So right now I'm gonna hit 2 shots. The first one's gonna be kind of feeling nice and compact, kind of what training aids show, the pros are showing, some teaching pros are out there, and try to hit it as hard as I can by feeling just compact right here. So let me go ahead and hit this one here for you and see if I can do it. All right. So I feel like I try to generate as much speed as I could on that one. It came out pretty straight. So let me see what my numbers are there. And then I'm gonna hit one, giving myself room and the height on the way back. So I still hit that 283. My club head speed was 113, so I was still able to generate a lot of club head speed, decent amount. I like to be somewhere 119 to maybe 120. But I did hit it pretty straight. So that's great. Like I said, it's not a bad thing to be compact. It's not a bad thing to try to be consistent with your swing. I didn't hit it very high. I actually didn't hit it all that solid. But we're talking about distance. And I originally wanted to show you how I can get about 10 more yards. So hopefully on this one, I'm gonna try to get to that 10:30 position and see if I can get, hopefully 10 more yards out of this. All right guys, so I just hit that one. I felt like my hands got to about 10:30. I allowed my left hip to come off the ground a little bit to give me a little bit more hip rotation. So now I hit that one 293.5. My first one again was 283.7, so okay, 0.2, but exactly almost 10 yards more just by giving myself a little bit more room. And then my club head speed was 117, so again, about 4 miles per hour more. So just already that gave me 10 miles per hour more. So right now I'm gonna show you how we can get to that position, so a good drill, a good feeling to get you to that 10:30 position like we really like. All right guys, so let's go ahead and get into the drill. But first I actually want you to do a test for me, because a lot of people are gonna say, well, Robin, I just can't I don't have that flexibility to get to all the way back here. So go ahead and do a test. We're gonna stand up straight, get out of your chair, have your arms out here straight out in front of you, and I want you to raise your hands as high as you can go. For me, I can go all the way through. Some people may only go to about 45 degrees. Some people may be only right about here, but go as far as you can go as your shoulders will allow you to, that flexibility. Now here, go and get into your golf stance like you would, and just turn those shoulders, allow that shoulder to be pointed on the ground. So you notice I got to right here. You can see, so that would be, if my hands got to that point, that would be the max amount of space or room I can create in my backswing. So again, for you guys who are struggling with that flexibility. So now that you've done that test, here's kind of the drill for you. As you're taking it back, having that feeling of how do we get to that 1030 position, as you're coming on back in your backswing, you start to set your wrists a little bit. You've created this right angle pretty much with your forearm in the club shaft. From here, I want you to feel like, let's say you had a low ceiling, you're in a room with a really low ceiling, you're gonna try to feel like from here, you're gonna try to punch or push the ceiling upward above you. Punch those fists through, and you'll notice that from here, all the way up, my hands are above my head. I'm pretty much at that 1030 position. I can maybe go a little bit further if I really stretched it out, but that's gonna be a good feeling for you. So go ahead and get that feeling, and then go ahead and let's do about 10 reps. I want you to set up to it before we hit a golf ball. About 10 reps, and remember, don't look at your hands. I want you to be looking at the golf ball, so it helps you create that feeling and that memory. Do 10 reps here, pause, we call freezers, and go back again. Push the ceiling. We're gonna do about 10 of those, and then we're gonna do about 10 full swings without pausing. Really feeling like as I take it back, I'm gonna try to punch the ceiling, and now we're gonna tie it all together. Like I was saying before, with the hips, I'm trying to get that right hip back, allow my left heel to come off the ground a little bit. 10 swings of those. So let me do a couple of those for you. All right, so those felt really good. So now you're ready to go ahead and step up to and rip it, and hopefully you're able to hit it a little bit further. All right, yeah, that was hammering. All right, guys, so good luck working on that. Hopefully that can get you about 10 yards further on those drives. Have fun out there, good luck, and play well. Hey guys, I hope you really enjoyed that video, hoping you get a little bit more distance out of there just with your hands alone. But I've got even better video for you. Clay here in a second, I'm gonna talk about the power turn in our series. It's gonna be a preview, and if you click on that iCard, it's gonna take you to the full version of that video where you can really learn how to get even more distance and more rotation with our power turn. So go and click on that iCard, watch that full video. So good luck working on it, guys. Have fun as always, and play well out there.
But with the correct technique, we can all hit it with really good distance without a lot of muscular effort. And it all starts out, the very first thing you have to do is get a good powerful turn to load up the body. And it's not only in golf, but in all sports we have to rotate the body. At least 90 degrees with the shoulders as you swing to the top. Preferably, we can go even a little bit past 90 to really get loaded up. That's gonna allow us to have a lot of power. So we don't just have to look at golf for this. Let's actually look at other sports. They're rotating their body, then they're coming forward. So we have to get that load. We have to get this big shoulder turn to be able to create power in the golf swing. So in this series of videos, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. That's one of the first keys to getting power, and we're all gonna get at least a 90-degree turn, if not more than that. I think you'll be surprised at what you can do. So let's go ahead and get started with the next series of videos, and I'm gonna show you how to get this big, powerful turn.
All right guys, so before we go, let's take a look at this in action with some of the top pros. Now here we're looking at Adam Scott, and you're going to see as he rotates to the top, good full shoulder turn. This is pretty typical of what I see with the top pros, a little past 90. Those guys are working on their flexibility, so sometimes they can get to 100 or even 110 degrees.